fans, nonstop action, fights. These are just some of the things that make hockey great. Okay, there are many reasons to sit on the couch, but none as good as hockey, and I'm going to give you 6 reasons why. First, there's fights. I mean, come on, what other sport do you know where you're allowed to just beat the friggin' crap out of each other? Fighting is a normal part of hockey, although there are some people out there that do feel hockey is too violent and they will not watch it because of the fighting. Have you ever walked into an NHL arena? No? I'm going to tell you from personal experience, there is nothing like it. It's so amazing. The atmosphere is great, and just watching it on TV does not give it justice. For example, if you're at home and you're watching hockey with a group of your friends and your team happens to score, you're cheering, you're going crazy, you're high-fiving each other, you're screaming, jumping up and down on the couch. I mean, you guys get super loud and just go nuts. Now, if you're at the game, you're surrounded by people who are complete strangers, and you're high-fiving each other because your team scored. This is why fans are another thing that makes hockey great. The fans in hockey are like one big community where you all have the same interest. You go to the arena to watch your favorite team play, and you all have a love of the sport. Yes, there are some fans there that aren't rooting for the same team that you are, and I have a story about that. True story, I can relate. I went to a New York Rangers and a New York Islanders game, and the Islanders were at home where they were playing in Nassau Coliseum. And of course, I was rooting for the Rangers because they're my favorite team. There were other Ranger fans there too as well. I am filming this right now, so the good news is I did make it out alive, cheering against the home team in the middle of New York. Another great thing about the fans is that when the home team's goalie makes a big save, then the fans start cheering their name. There are also times when the fans boo, and that usually happens when there's a bad call or a non-call and it's meant towards the referees. Now, when that occurs, some chants may take place. Let's just say the chant rhymes with bass hole. Now let's talk about nonstop action. Out of the 4 major sports, hockey, baseball, basketball, and football, hockey is the only sport that is filled with nonstop action throughout the game. It is not every day where you're watching a sport and the final score is 1-0 where you could actually sit there and say, "Oh, that was a great game." Hockey is super fast and the back and forth action in it is just incredible. This brings me to the playoffs. The playoffs are just ridiculous. If you think the speed of hockey is great during the regular season, then you haven't seen anything yet. The playoffs are so intense, and it's similar to a regular game in that it is 5-on-5, and they play 3 periods of 20 minutes each. So they play a 60-minute game. One of the best parts, in my opinion, is overtime. Now, overtime is a format where in the regular season, it's 3-on-3, and they only have 5 minutes. In the playoffs, they have full 20-minute periods. It is sudden death, but it is 5-on-5 for 20 minutes. And if nobody scores in that 20 minutes, they do it again and they have another overtime. It's called double overtime, and they keep going until somebody scores. Another cool thing about hockey is hat tricks. Now, a hat trick is when a player scores 3 goals in a game. When the player scores 3 goals, the fans decide to throw their hats onto the ice. Yes, you heard me correctly. And they are collected by some of the staff members and taken off the ice to resume play. Where do the hats go from here? I haven't the slightest clue, but I have heard that some players do keep them. I thought this was a pretty cool tradition, and that's why I added it to the list. Now, what do you like about hockey? Did my reasons make it on your list? Please let me know in the comments section what you think, and please do not forget to like and subscribe. Come check out my other videos as well, and stay tuned for future ones. What am I going to do next? Well, there's only one way to find out. I guess you're going to have to subscribe and watch them. Alright, thank you guys, and have a great night.